Chapter 1. A rusty storm door creaked loose on its hinges. It was the final barrier between Detective Cessy Timms and her biggest arrest of the year. Still, Cessy's mind lingered elsewhere. "SWAT's 20 minutes out." Her partner, Detective Landis, swiped at the foggy glass to peer inside. Thick August humidity draped over everything like a moist blanket. They'd crept behind the neglected rear of a $3 million McMansion. Virginia creeper coated dull brick in sickly greens and browns. A looming willow oak kept the evening sun from beating down on the guest house, which hid their suspect. Cessy checked her phone. Still nothing. "We can't wait for SWAT." Landis exhaled, bristling his graying mustache. "Slow down. Where exactly would Peterson run off to? Through us to his car? Or out the back across the golf course? We've got time." "I don't." Softness entered Landis's face. His fatherly instincts struck at Cessy's ego. He was only 10 years her senior. She didn't need another dad. "I'll help you find her," Landis said, "after we bring in Peterson." Cessy's baby sister had graduated from American University, started her dream job as a tenants' rights advocate, and then disappeared. This evening marked 2 weeks since Cessy had heard from Kate, 1 week since she'd noticed, 2 hours since she'd checked Kate's apartment to realize Kate wasn't just ignoring Cessy, she was missing. "It's not your fault," Landis said. "She's probably off visiting friends." "Which is it? My sister going missing isn't my fault, or she's not really missing?" Landis rolled his eyes, probably the same look he gave his teenagers. Cessy should have noticed earlier. She shouldn't have assumed Kate was avoiding her. She was an inattentive detective and a neglectful big sister. Sirens in the distance, but slow and whining. A fire engine, not SWAT. Cessy looked through the guest house windows. The foggy glass blurred movement inside. She needed this arrest to be over so she could get back to Kate's apartment, turn the place upside down. The call from Peterson's co-lobbyist father had interrupted Cessy's earlier search. The prodigal son had returned and was out back in the guest house. Peterson had put 2 tellers and a security guard in the hospital. He'd made off with $28,000, less than he received in a month from his trust fund. Selfish thrill-seeking motivated him, which meant he was dangerous. Cessy reached for the door handle. Landis gently grabbed her wrist. "We'll find her. 20 minutes won't make a difference." She knew that was true, but she couldn't sit around for that long, basking in worry and guilt. She'd rather distract herself with what she was best at. "I hear Peterson escaping out the back." She lied. No time to lose. Cessy yanked open the door, swept the room with her pistol. "Police!" she warned. Landis covered her rear. "I didn't hear anything." "You need hearing aids, old man." A cat fled from the front room, scampering over leather furniture nicer than anything Cessy would ever own. Its claws scraped over the kitchenette's tile, and then the hallway's wood flooring. Cessy followed the cat, Landis close behind. Peterson stepped out from a bedroom. Sunlight silhouetted his overweight form against a window at the end of the hall. Cessy intently watched his raised hands. Empty. "Don't shoot!" he yelled. A tinny shriek assaulted Cessy's ears. It warbled like a train passing, but scraped and whined and gurgled like the train was dragging a mountain of barbed wire through sticky mud. The sheer volume of it hurt, but it was the nightmarish sound itself that clawed over Cessy's skin, raised goosebumps, and made her want to scratch like a crack addict.